my passport and my what do you call this? My vaccine card even fell on the floor when she asked me about the AOS. I was so scared. Oh my God, wala akong AOS. I told her, sorry ma'am, but I don't have any AOS because I'm just there for pure tourist lang. I just told her that. And then, these are all my documents. I gave it to her and then that's it.
Okay, yung first minutes mo ng pag-a-assess sa'yo, hinanap yung EOS. Tapos, after some small talks, she didn't ask
No,
about EOS na?
wala na. Kasi I have the
Oh.
OEs.
Actually, halos pares tayo ng situation eh. First assessment, hinanapan ng AUS. Pero, nung nagkaroon ng further assessment, chinek lahat ng documents, hindi na binanggit yung AUS. Oo, napansin ko, nagkaroon ng good impression sa'yo yung IO. Doon pa lang sa clear book mo.
Yeah. Through this clear book talaga. She was really impressed. Talaga.
Hi, if you're a tourist planning to travel to UAE, this video might be beneficial for you. For more information, you can refer to my previous experience and to my latest videos kasama ang mga successful passengers na nag-share na experience nila para magbigay sa inyo ng number 1, ideas kung paano nga ba sila nag-asikaso ng documents nila. Number 2, yung naging result ng assessment sa kanila ng immigration officer. At number 3, to spread positivity and to give you hope. Again, sa mga nagtatanong, hindi po ako travel agent. Hindi po ako nag-work sa travel agency at hindi din po ako nag-process ng visa. Tumutulong lang din po ako sa iba kasi alam ko yung hirap kung paano pumunta ng UAE as a tourist. Okay, hello everyone. I'm back again with another content, of course, with another successful passenger na mag-share na experience niya about her documents and her immigration experience. So, paalala lang, habang nanonood kayo ng videos, try nyong mag-take down notes kasi along the way, malalaman niyo yung diskarte niya about sa documents niya, paano siya nagkasikaso, ano yung mga naging struggles niya, tsaka yung i-take note niyo din yung mga tanong sa kanya ng immigration officers na pwede ring itanong sa inyo. So, without further ado, I'd like to introduce our guest for today.
Afternoon, everyone. I'm Ann Ali Ariata, but they call me Star. So, yun, Star na lang pag tawag. Yung i-call niya sa akin. I traveled to Dubai last March 12 until March 27. And actually, there were a lot of documents na I tried to gather. Since watching from your videos, I list them, like, nag-list po talaga ako, like, what do they really need, ano talaga yung AOS, OEC, but there are different videos, like Pure Tourist, yung iba, like, my sponsor. So, sa akin, I think it was both Pure Tourist and sponsor. Since, yung travel ko is, I was meeting my brother, who is nasa Dubai, and then also I was also meeting my cousin who's coming from the States. So bali,
Okay.
so it's like two purpose, peer tourist and sponsorship. Pero for me, for sabi ng sister-in-law ko, she was there. It's not really sponsored since hindi naman talaga ako doon magtitira or something. I was just there to tour. So sinabi sa akin nga, no, you don't need any AOS or ano pang documents since peer tourist lang. But I would only, since like nag-make sure lang talaga ako, I really made sure nga I have all the documents, like kanang from my brother ko. And it was so timely nga. He went home last February. So he was able to get OEC, and I was able to photocopy all documents. He was like from Dole and yung ID niya, passport niya, and then so that's it. But I was also with my niece. But my niece, I also made sure that she would bring her business permit since hindi naman siya nag-work. So it's like meron siyang own business. So from your videos also, I also told her na to bring all possible documents needed. Business permits, ITR, and everything. So
Okay,
if ano yung ginagawa ko, yeah.
pwede magtanong?
Yeah.
You said earlier you gathered information. So, what are the platforms did you use to gather to amass information?
Yeah, through YouTube channels. Actually, YouTube, yung mga YouTube channels, like, I just searched like travel to Dubai. So yun, like I watched them for a week talaga. Like I watched various videos, and like I list them all. I tallied which were the documents na needed, and then I also searched the site. Yung mga how do you call this, vlogs, or yung mga ano ba yun? Yung mga like mga written na vlogs or something ganon. So yun, so it's both videos and both mga, also sa BOI, Bureau of Immigration, I also checked it. And also sa airline ko, of course, I have to check what are the requirements needed sa airline, since yung airlines, they have different documents, right?
Yes, you're right.
So yun. So airline, BOI, and YouTube videos. So those are the platforms that I used to gather documents and to prepare for my travel. Yeah.
Gaano kaya importante yung website ng airlines, BOI, and yung mga vlogs sa YouTube channel?
For me, it's very important because they change. They don't like, as far as sa airlines, diba? As far as sa airlines, you need to be updated kasi especially now COVID, it's pandemic. So sometimes
yes.
They would add up documents, sometimes they would not. Sometimes like we don't need this anymore. And then as far as sa BOI din, cause sa Emirates, I going there, I took Emirates and I compared it with PAL. Even though I'm not taking PAL, pero I compared it with PAL. PAL has more documents needed, like yung declaration. But when I checked Emirates, they don't need it. Then I asked my friend who was working in Emirates, I also asked my sis-in-law, do I need this declaration form? Pero they said no need. Pero for PAL, they need it. Then sabi ko, so I hesitated. So I really print. Like I got documents from I also printed like documents needed from PAL and also the documents needed from Emirates. Since they have various talaga, like it's very kanang, how do you call this? Very wide yung mga like documents. So you have to list them all. And then yung sa BOI naman, of course, they are connected with IATF.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So that's why you have to I also printed IATF yung like from your videos to like para lang to, how do you call this? To support. Since
How did you discover the Bureau of Immigration website? From my description section, or okay.
From your description. So that's why like kasi mag-iba-iba talaga yung mga how do you call this, yung mga documents, like they change
continuously.
So sabi ko, so kailangan talaga updated din ako. Like para if ever may changes, so I can like act right away. Anong gagawin ko, di ba?
Yes.
So, yun. So even though I didn't take PAL, I just took PAL's I tried to take PAL's yung mga documents. Then yung Emirates, hindi naman ka-strict yung Emirates. Like I was so shocked talaga. Because PAL was more strict. PAL has more documents needed than Emirates. So yun, like I didn't believe any, like yung sis-in-law ko, I didn't believe her na hindi talaga kailangan. But I was so hesitant. So I just printed all. So I just got all documents. I just gathered them all. Para to make sure lang talaga. Because you have to be prepared. because you wouldn't know what would happen in front of the IO.
Yeah.
Because hindi talaga predictable.
Yun yung kahalagaan ng prepared ka talaga before your flight. Yeah.
You have to be prepared. Because if hindi ka prepared, once you're in front of the IO, they can see you. They can read you. Like, they're trained to do that. If you're not confident, then they can really, like, how you call this? They can hit you talaga. Na, I think there's something wrong, or so you have to be confident. So yun, so that's why, like, for a week, I think I don't know, 2 weeks before my flight, I really gathered my documents already, because I don't wanna procrastinate when I travel. I do cram in my work and everything, pero when I travel, I do make sure I have all the documents. So it's not, I don't really cram when I travel. Because it's not, kasi it's like, it's sa mind ko, like, ang laki na ng gastos ko, like, this is my budget, and what if ma-offload? But honestly, I wasn't, like, there was one night na hindi talaga ako nakatulog, because watching all those uploaded videos, like, I don't know, parang like, kasi my videos na na-offload yung passenger, na I said, oh my god, like, it's really possible na ma-offload ka. So that's why, like, yung mga cousins ko, like, yung auntie kasi, like, she told me na, wag na kaya, like, wag ka nang, like, mag-watch ng videos na offloaded, kasi don't watch it, kasi masa-stress lang talaga ako. Kasi it's really possible. I don't know, kasi it's not, you wouldn't know if ma-upload ka or hindi, even though you have the complete documents, diba? So yun yung mga journey ko before flying to Dubai.
So ibig sabihin, inubos mo yung mga nag-post sa YouTube. Inisa-isa mo siya. Lahat na offload successful.
I really, yung ibang videos, I didn't only watch it once. May iba talaga sa videos, I watch it twice. Like, I really watch it over again and again kung if I did miss something or what. Because it's my first time flying to this country, to Dubai. And we know Dubai is very strict. Kasi a lot of cases na hindi na babalik. Yung mga even though they have this tourist visa, but they won't come back. So I know, like, they're very strict when it comes to Filipinos going there. So yun.
Okay, you said earlier about procrastination. How does it affect a passenger? A certain passenger. If a passenger is always procrastinate, how does it affect a passenger?
Actually, it would greatly affect. Kasi what if, because you wouldn't, as I said, you wouldn't know what the IO would ask you, or would ask, like, certain documents from you. So it's really better to prepare. Kasi baka, like, sa huli, like mag-regret ka lang na, ay, sana, sana nag-prepare na lang ako lang mabuti, or because you should always think na you prepared a lot, not financially, emotionally. So parang kaya yun, like, hindi talaga, it's not advisable to procrastinate during travels.
Okay, so for everybody's information, sanay po si Star mag-assess ng ng applicant. So yun, yan, siningit ka lang. Kasi tama naman, kailangan kasi natin nilagay din yung sarili natin dun sa mag-assess sa atin, diba? For example, ano ba yung ma-assess sa atin base dun sa documents? Hindi lang basta pupunta ka dun na na baliwala, na bahala na, ganun. Parang i-check mo din yung documents mo kung makakapasa ba talaga, or kompleto, parang ganun.
Yeah, so from your videos, like, I also have this book. I think parang sikat na talaga if mag-yearbook na. I think it's like one or like 2 or more of your videos, nag-clear book talaga yung mga passengers. So, okay, I think I just have to follow. Parang, for me, it's effective naman. So that's why. So I have this. This is like my Bible talaga. When I travel to Dubai, it's like my Bible. it's all here. Yung then diba?
Did you become more organized?
Yeah, actually I'm an organized person. Pero
Yeah.
I did become organized. Kasi I do yung travels ko before, yeah. I do compile them. Pero in one folder lang. Like yung plastic envelope, yung mga sliding envelope. But this is my first time I'm using a clear book. So, yeah. Because before, like, i-put ka lang siya inside an envelope or ka ng filing envelope yun. So, it's much easier pala to. It's not that bulky when you travel. So, here, and then, I did some flags. If it's clear pa. Yeah, and here, I label them. Yung pink is my documents. Then yung green, color-coded. Actually, yeah, color-coded so that I wouldn't be ano ba yan? Hindi ako ma-confuse. So, pink is my documents. Green, yung sa brother ko. And then yung orange, other documents. So, yun.
Nice.
So, that's it. So, yeah. So, the documents that I had was, of course, the round-trip ticket. This is the number one talaga, round-trip ticket. Yung number one. And then, the next one is the travel tax since I paid online para wala ng hassle. Kasi airports, hassle talaga if you pay on the airport pa. And then magline ka pa, and then when you get there, magtanong na naman, like they would ask where you going, so it's better to pay online. When you pay online, they still have to sign for it. I don't know why. I don't know why it wouldn't sync the system, but they said that they would still sign to check if you really paid.
So you went to the booth during your you went to the booth?
Yeah, so we went to the booth because I asked my niece, can you like make sure if they need to verify our online payment? And they said, and then then the booth, the person in charge told her to bring that they need to verify, they need to sign, and then they would ask for the ticket number of your like ticket, yung ticket number. So yeah, they need to sign it. So yun.
Okay. So this is the first time I heard someone paid travel tax online.
Yeah.
Hindi ka rin alam eh.
I paid online because before, kasi yung tickets before, I think when I bought my tickets, yung mga international, yung mga international flights ko before, they're usually part na sa ticket. I think you're paying for the travel tax already, but I don't know now, parang nag-iba, like they don't charge the travel tax. You have to pay it separately. Kasi may ibang airlines na they would it's already included. But now, as I've observed, like they already like separated. So it's either you can pay on the booth sa airport or online. So you can pay online yung travel tax para less hassle. They're just gonna verify it. No need to stay there for a long time. No need to line. They just have to verify it. So yeah, it would also like, how you call this, save your time when you pay online. So yes, and then yung RT-PCR, we didn't it was a good thing. We're so blessed kasi ni-uplift yung sa Dubai, they don't need the RT-PCR. But yeah, during that time, it was so like, I didn't believe at first that they don't need RT-PCR since we're coming here from the Philippines and knowing Philippines, parang they're not updated. Like they're not updated with the news ba. So I was so like scared na what if sa airport like they would ask for RT-PCR. So I really printed it sa Emirates nila na site. na effective. Like they don't need they're just like they need like only like must fulfill only one. If like may binigay sila na 3 options sa Emirates, yung Emirates. So you just need to fulfill one. So since I have my what do you call this? Yung card, yung whole na yellow card from BOQ. So that's what I did. So yun na lang yung pinresent namin. And then yeah. So about the BOQ, since wala yung name ko sa back cert na site, so I did an appointment. And so like on the spot talaga, like I think it's a month before my flight, I did it. I scheduled an appointment. So I also told my niece to schedule an appointment so that it wouldn't be a hassle anymore. Para makuha namin kaagad, since we don't know we wouldn't know if makuha ba namin kaagad, or I don't know if may problems ba on the way. So at least the earlier the better. So I have my POQ. So here it is. This one. Since wala naman ako, I don't have back cert. I'm not registered sa back cert.
Could you open the BOQ
sure.
yellow card?
Here. You have your QR code, and then they're gonna have your name and your passport number. So when you apply, you can appoint on you can schedule an appointment online through their site, and they're just gonna ask for your vaccine.
Okay.
And yeah, so if you have booster, they would include the booster. So here, that one. So yeah, it's so easy. Yeah, it's much safer than yung box card na. Kasi maliit lang yung box card. At least this one, you can insert it sa passport. So I was so blessed kasi we don't need RT-PCR. So naka-save. Since RT-PCR is so diba? It's so mahal.
Yeah.
Dito sa Philippines. And then I have other document is my visa. I have my visa here.
How many months?
1 month. Pero I was just there for 16 days. Yeah. Sayang. And then my COE, my leave form, my birth certificate, of course, hotel booking. You need to have hotel booking. It's really important also.
Was it paid?
Yes, it was paid by my cousin. Since first week I was staying with my brother. So sa booking ko, I printed out the address of my brother. Yung address ng brother ko. And then the second one is address for the second week of our stay with my cousin.
Okay.
So that when if magtanong sila what address, I can just flip it. Because I can't memorize all the documents. This is the first time talaga I have lots of documents going traveling. And yeah, so those were my documents. The visa. So parang it's just similar to the other travelers.
Okay.
Since I'm employed naman. So yeah. So I also have my payslip pala and my ITR. In case they would ask, I have my payslip. There. I have my payslip.
Oh, it's 100,000 per month. Ay, sorry.
Hindi ay. Char. And then my joke lang. And I also have diba I asked you about my MF, yung mutual fund, if it can be considered as bank statement, since I wasn't able to ask for a bank statement kasi malayo talaga yung branch ng bangko from my house. So that's why I printed out my mutual fund na bank na statement to make just to show them na I am capable of traveling. And yeah, so now
hindi po pwedeng i-disclose yung laman ng mutual funds kasi
wala. Hindi po pwede.
Bawal po. Kasi sobrang dami.
Yun na, mutual. So, yeah.
Yeah.
But, it's a good, para so, yung mga viewers mo, maybe they can have mutual fund also. It's really good. It's a good investment. Okay. Di ba? Advertisement. So, okay, now, ito naman are my brother's na documents. I'll just tell them. Yung OEC, kasi umuwi siya last Feb, dito niya kinuha sa Dole na office yung OEC niya, and then yung contract niya sa work, and yung salary certificate, passport, which I really photocopy, resident na card, ID pala, and working visa, yun. And then, his birth certificate. So important. Savior. Savior talaga yung birth. Because I insisted. Kasi sabi ng brother ko, you don't need those documents. Kasi they wouldn't ask naman because you're a tourist. But I insisted na I need to have his documents. Kasi I cannot, parang hindi ako makatulong if I don't have his documents. Because as I said,
may I know why?
Talaga,
May I know why? Why did you insist that document? May I know why?
Kasi based on experiences ng mga, di ba? Ng mga, yung pumupunta sa Dubai, from your videos, na they have those documents sa mga relatives nila, yung AOS. I even asked him for AOS, and then he said na, no, don't need na AOS kasi you're a tourist. And ko, okay, just give me whatever documents you have. So yun. So I just photocopied all. Whatever he has, yung kung anong documents na dinala niya sa Dole, yun na lang yung kinuha ko, no photocopy ako. Kasi he needs to go there para makabalik siya. He needs to have that i-verify sa Dole yung contract niya, yung OEC. So blessing pa rin na umuwi siya dito so that I can have his documents, and then printed them out. I also gave the same documents to my niece, also the birth cert, from the OAC down to the birth cert. So we have the same documents on hand.
As far as I remember, you have informed me if do you need AOS, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
At wala akong AOS. So no AOS. This is a video of no AOS. wala talaga. Yun lang. Yung easy, the usual na documents lang. So no AOS.
Okay.
So yeah, my Bible. So those were the documents inside this clear book. My best friend during my travel.
Okay, so gano'n ka-importante yung organized yung documents?
Very important. Very, very important. Because, pag tinanong ka ng IO, what documents do you have, at least, you would know. You wouldn't miss out even one document. And then, it would also, if you would look into your documents, parang ma-refresh ka always while waiting, di ba? Parang you can review. It's always good to review your documents before going on board or before going to the IO. It's always good to review so that you would know. Even the address, I tried to memorize it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I tried to memorize it. But it's confident, di ba? You know. Yeah.
You can answer quickly.
Yeah, you can answer quickly. And then they would see na, she really does know her documents. She really prepared for this travel.
Yeah.
Yun.
So, paalala lang po ulit sa mga viewers, sanay po siya sa ganyang work. So, ayan po, kunin niyo yung tip na sinasabi niya. Makakatulong talaga sa inyo. Kasi nag-a-assist din talaga siya.
Yes.
Okay. Sige, punta na tayo dun sa departure day mo hanggang sa immigration experience.
Okay, so departure day, I departed last March 12, but my flight was still 7 p.m. But you still have to go a lot of process. So I was at the airport mga 2 p.m. ganun. Para mag-line for the check-in since the line was long kasi marami ding mga OFWs nakasama namin. So it's mostly like 80% OFWs. Yan parang 10 or 20% tourists lang ganun. So it's mostly OFWs talaga yung kasama namin. So and then so check-in, yung sa check-in I was so scared kasi my passport was recently renewed. So it was my first passport na first passport, first travel of this passport. So parang I'm not sure if tapos hindi when we checked in hindi agad nabasa ng system yung passport ko. I was so scared. Why wouldn't they kept on asking me if I have another passport. Why would I have another passport, diba? Wala naman, isa lang, I only have one passport. And I didn't bring my old passport. Because why would I bring my old passport? Wala na itong, it's not of use anymore. So they kept on checking, they kept on asking, I think they asked me twice if I have another passport. I said, I don't have another passport. I'm not a dual citizen here. I only have one passport. They just told me na, it's just the system pa lamang or something. Hindi agad binasa yung passport ko. I was so scared. Check-in pa lang, di ba? Check-in pa lang yun. So, sa check-in pa lang, wala na. I was so scared na. Because if it was my old passport, it was okay. Kasi I know naman na may record na siya. So, sa new passport ko, it was still so new, then hindi pa binasa ng system. So natagalan talaga kami doon sa check-in because of my passport and the system sa Cebu Airport. So yun, pero it was okay. So yun na. But then yung Cebu Airport, it was there were changes. Kasi before, yung diba, nag-pandemic, ay yung Typhoon Odette. So yung old airport, parang ni-renovate pa. So domestic and international na departure is in one airport, which is the new one. So when I went there, there were changes. So parang na-confuse ako, where was the IO na or ano pa. So yun. So we went there and then, but before going, pagkatapos namin mag-check-in, so we went, so nag-scan ang bag, ganon, the usual steps of going to the airport. And then when we went there, the IO was still closed. So we decided to eat muna para may energy. Kasi pagod na check-in pa lang, you're so drained na or something like that. So okay, we ate so that to collect some energy or parang to calm ourselves muna before facing the IO. So yun. So after yun na IO. So,
ilan pala kayong passengers?
Ano?
Ilan kayong passengers?
My niece and I, dalawa lang kami. So nag-line na kami for the IO. So I was called, I think it was booth number 5, if I remember. Parang booth 5 or booth 6. So, yun. So I was called, I went to the IO. So in front, so I really nag-OOTD talaga ako. But when I travel, of course naman mag-OOTD. When I travel, OOTD talaga ako. I have to have an airport look, diba?
Okay.
I have that called airport. Yeah, it's really effective yung airport look. You have to search for your airport look. It's not only for Instagram or Facebook, but it's also a kind of, it will also give the IO an impression na parang, yeah, this is really a tourist. Parang mag-tour talaga to siya. Or something like it would give them a look na, okay, tourist. She would really travel. Kasi based on her looks or based on what she's wearing, it's not like that. It's not an ordinary parang bumalik lang doon or something. Parang magala talaga siya. she would really go to Dubai prepared with her airport look. Yun. But really, for me, it's effective talaga, yung OT. Because I saw in one of her videos na sabi nung isa, I don't know which one. It's also, it's really important on how you look in front of the IO. So yun. Because different IOs, different impressions, different, diba? So, baka we wouldn't know. Like, baka yung IO na like in front of you is into fashion, di ba? So, parang ma-impress siya sa'yo, ganon, or something. So, yun. So, I went in front of the IO and then I gave her my passport, the usual thing. Gave passport, ticket, that one. And she asked me, like, where would I go? I said, Dubai. And then, is it my first time? And I said, yes, it's my first time, but I told her it's not my first travel also. I think they would see naman, di ba, sa history. I think it's in their system. Pero, so, and then, she asked me if I have a relative. So this question, I was really thinking if I would say I have a relative or not. Since pure tourist, I can say na wala, di ba? Or I can say I have my brother. But I was so confident na, yes, I was so confident, like, since I have my brother's document. So I told her, yes, I have my brother. Who's staying there. So, yun na, like, she was asking, like, you have AOS, OEC, all those documents, like, AOS, OEC, ganon. So, I told her, sorry, ma'am, but I don't have my AOS, but these are all the documents I have. So, I gave it all. I gave my clear book to her. Like, she said, okay, give it to me. So, she was scanning it. And then it's so funny, because while scanning it, she asked me what was my course. And then I said, I graduated BA Political Science. So yon. She thought na, oh, I thought you were a teacher since I was so organized with my documents. So yon. And I go, no, I'm not a teacher. Like, I'm a political science. And she asked me, like, parang hindi naman yung mga questions niya. It wasn't anymore about the travel. It was more on the personal side. Kasi she asked me if I did take up law school, and I told her na, oh no, I did. I said I did for 1 year. And she was so like, tinanong niya bakit hindi ako nag-continue. And so I just asked her, like, sa mind ko, like, gusto ko talagang mag-asa kanya, law school student ka ba, ma'am? Or something. Pero wala na nga. I just told myself. So I just answered her question. Like, yeah, I took up law school, but just for 1 year since hindi ko kinaya yung pressure. So I was just so honest. And along the way, she would ask, like, what will you do there? I would say pure tourist. These words talaga, I kept on repeating, pure tourist, pure tourist, pure tourist. Kasi parang for them to know na I'm just really there to tour or not, like, wala talaga akong monkey business doon. So like, she was asking who was my brother's name, where did he work. So I told her, like, it's an agency, it's a firm. And then he was like, how many years na? I told her, like, more mga 6 years or more mga 6 years. And then, so I just kept on answering. So she was asking my brother's name, company, and the number of years he was there in Dubai. And then after that, she switched again to another. So she switched the questions sa side ko naman. So she was asking what my job was. So I told her HR manager, yun. And then,
alam mo na ng viewers.
So yun. And then she asked me what my company was. So it was a construction company. And she asked me the scope of my company. So I told her what the scope of our company was, like, anong mga projects namin. And then yun. So I told her it's a construction company, but she asked me if parang, you know, it's really true, the IO, like, they would really twist the questions para ma-confuse ka. So I did tell her a lot of times sa construction company that she would also keep on asking, do you supply construction? No, ma'am, we don't supply. We only, kasi we're not suppliers. Construction company nga, di ba? So we don't supply. We
We
just
construct.
have construct. We have contractors. So we just build. We don't supply. Ganon. So and then after that, she asked and after that, and then about the OEC, she got the OEC of my brother. So this one, she took the OEC, she took it out from the table, and then she asked me to go to the IO na may table. It's not the booth. Kasi here in Cebu Airport, they have the booth and they have a small table for verification. Parang, I'm not sure if in Manila, kasi I only tried in Manila once, pero sa booth lang. I didn't see I didn't see if my verification, parang my office sila. But here in Cebu, since naman, as I told you kanang, kasi since nag-merge yung domestic departure and international, so bale maliit na lang yung IO area. So they have this small table. So I was asked to go there to verify if when umuwi yung brother ko. So I told them, it's like February. I just told them, I asked permission pala to check on my phone because you can't use your phone while inside the IO area. So I asked permission if I can use my phone to check if when talaga umuwi yung brother ko through my messages. And I just told them it's like around 3rd week of February. Then they got it. So it was Feb 18. So I went back again to her, to my IO officer, to ask more questions. So yun. So after that, they asked me, she asked me twice the questions. Scope of my company, what was like, when I started, and what was my position. Yun, like she asked me over and over again. Parang like she wants me to get confused or something. Pero if I'm also consistent of my answers. So when you're in front of the IO, you need to be confident. If wala kang tinatago, of course, you're so confident, diba? If wala kang tinatago, you could answer honestly. You could answer straight if wala kang tinatago. So it's really important na you know what your purpose is. When it's not only going to Dubai, it's also to other countries. So you should know what you're para confident ka. Because it's their parang the IO is their job to protect naman, 'di ba? Yung mga how do you call this? Yung mga human trafficking, yung mga ganon. So understandable naman bakit ganyan yung job nila, why are they so strict? So it is them who would assess yung mga tulasan nga yung mga crimes, yung ganun. So let's just understand yung job nila, where they're so strict, bakit balik yung mga questions or something. So yun yung mga questions ko. My work, scope of company, how many years my brothers work, ganon. So and then I just kept on answering consistently, and dapat same talaga yung answer sa first time na tinanong kanila. And yeah, then yung sa niece ko naman, she has different experience kasi she went to my booth and then she asked me if we have AOS. I told her na we don't have AOS, like just give the IO the all the documents you have. So yun, so binigay niya lahat, but since niece lang siya, but she also have a copy of my brother's birth certificate para so that it would know that they have the same yung kasi yung mom niya and my brother are cousins. So parang nandun pa rin yung family name. But she was asked to sign this paper kasi parang sa 3rd generation from something na uncle lang niya nandun. So she was asked this form. But the IO nag-ask sila like, ay, kasama mo pala yun ko. Yes, she's my niece. We're together. And then they would, okay. So, parang na-inform na din sila na we're together. So, para hindi na din siya ma-offload or something. So, yun. So, after that, when yung IO ko, like, she really asked me pabalik-balik talaga yung questions. Parang, so I told her na, okay, I just answered her. Parang wala na. She kept on, then after that, naging personal na. So, she asked me like, what law school did I go? So, I told her, San Carlos, ganon. And then, she asked me like, di ba dapat full-time student? Oh, yes, ma'am. So, like, I was just like, I was answering your question. Parang, thinking, like, I was really so, parang gusto kong tanong yun sa kanya, if law student ko siya. Kasi she kept on like, asking me about law school. It's not part of the question na. Then, so she, after that, she returned to me my clear book. And then, parang tinas niya ako, okay, give me your birth cert. Then, give me your brother's birth cert. So, like, parang tinas niya ako if I can give it to her right away. Parang, if this is really my clear book, ganun ba? So, yun. So, she compared my brother's birth cert and my birth cert. So, that's why, di ba, sinabi ko kanina na, savior talaga yung birth certificate. Like, I didn't ask my brother about it. It was my own decision to order online his birth certificate. Kasi parang it was in the, how do you call this? I don't know, parang nakita ko din. So one of the parang part din ng birth certificate yung document. Yun. So yun yung IO experience. But I was so scared talaga kasi parang I don't wanna be offloaded, and parang I prepared a lot for this travel. And then, so thank God naman, thank God, parang na-feel ko na nag-stamp na yung IO. And then last question niya was, what year I graduated in college? Noon. So, after that, stamp niya, and then I was able to hindi na offload. So, yun yung experience ko. Pero deep inside, I was so scared. I was scared. I was parang pero I didn't let it, hindi ko pinakita sa kanya na I was scared. I really like kind of heads up lang talaga, confident, ganon. And then at the back of my mind, if I didn't tell her na wala dun ang brother ko, it would make the scenario more complicated. Yun. But I was so confident naman. So, I have my brother's documents. So why would I get scared, diba? Then sa feeling ko, pure tourist lang naman talaga ako. Like, I'm not there to go basta tourist lang. Like, I kept on saying, yes, ma'am, pure tourist. And I also told her, like, we're gonna go to Expo or something. Because everyone knows Expo. Then, yung Expo Dubai. So, yun yung experience ko. Pero, yeah, so, pero it was still parang scared pa rin. Pero, it's up to you on how to handle and how to answer the questions.
Okay. Okay, yung first minutes mo ng pag-aasa sa'yo, hinanap yung EOS. Tapos, after some small talks, she didn't ask about EOS na?
Wala na. Kasi I have the OEs. Oo. Like, I was so scared. Oh my God, wala akong EOS. I told her, sorry ma'am, but I don't have any EOS because I'm just there for pure tourists lang. I just told her that. And then, these are all my documents. I gave it to her, and then that's it. And then she just scanned it. Then yun lang. And then she asked me, so yun. So I was so scared at first. Oh my God, AOS. I told my brother about it, pero sinabi niya, no, you don't need AOS. Like, I don't need to get you an AOS kasi tourist ka lang. And then AOS is just for yung pupunta talaga doon for good. Parang sponsor ka, diba? Parang sponsor yun. So, but then alam mo, like, they're so particular kasi yung documents ng brother ko, it was emailed by my sis-in-law. So, parang nasa printout yung name ng sis-in-law ko. Since, like, parang print screen lang siya or something. So, they asked who this is. I told her na, yeah, she's my sis-in-law. And then she works for ganon siya. Okay po. Like, diba? Like, small detail talaga of your document. They can see it. Even like, parang nasa margin lang talaga siya. Like, I didn't even expect that to see that. Then, but, oh my God, like, pero, yeah, but the AOS, I wasn't asked anymore about the AOS. Like, I just told her this and that. And I just kept on repeating, you're a tourist. We're just gonna go there, tourist. I'm gonna meet my cousin on the second week. And then, I have, if there's so like, para if ever naman they wouldn't believe me, we have messages. We have a group message. And then, di ba, sa videos mo, sometimes they would like, they would use their phones to let the they would give their phones to see the messages. So yeah. So I have like support documents at home. And nung sa cousin ko, business niya, so business permit, ITR, and then showed pictures of her store. Yun. So it was so parang na-save ako sa IO. I don't know why. Baka, maybe because it was so, I don't know, like, it was so, parang more on personal questions. Parang hindi na nga, like, I was so, like, shocked naman, hindi ako tinanong sa AOS. Kasi, AOS is so important. Parang number 1 talaga siya sa lahat ng mga documents papuntang Dubai. Yung AOS. And then, all I have is an OEC, a contract, yun. So, pero, I don't know, parang blasting lang talaga na hindi ako enough. Cause I was so scared. Yun. Kasi, di ba, I also sent you a message na yung friend ng friend ko na offload recently. Yun. So, and then, I thought Cebu wasn't that strict. Yung Cebu airport wasn't that strict when it comes to offload. Cause, yung mga videos, it's usually in Manila. So when she told me na offload ko, oh my God, totoo talaga, may ma-offload talaga na passenger. Yun, so, but me naman, confident naman ako because I have the document. So it's really important to be prepared when traveling.
Actually, halos pares tayo ng situation eh. First assessment, hinanapan ng AUS. Pero, nung nagkaroon ng further assessment, chinek lahat ng documents, hindi na binanggit yung AUS.
Yeah. So, it really depends naman sa IO talaga. So if yung iba IO, like, mag-insist talaga, but then, yung IO ko lang talaga, parang through assessment na lang. Kasi, ni-mention ko, umuwi yung brother ko recently, ganun. So, yun. So, they just check when was the last travel. So, nandun naman sa system nila. Yun. But I was so scared about the AOS. Like, they were she was mentioning a lot. Okay, where's your AOS? Where's your blah, blah, blah? And then, where's the rest? Yung mga contract, AOS, ganun. Oh my God, I don't have those. So, I just gave my clear book. Yun na. I just gave my clear book.
You haven't mentioned about financial capability. She didn't ask for that?
No, she didn't ask me. She didn't ask me bank statement. She didn't ask me. Wala talaga siya. Like, all yung mga major na yung mga, wala talaga siya. Like, she just asked me my work. Yun. She got my company ID. Then, yun na talaga. So,
okay, I was expecting, show me your 2 million mutual funds, something like that.
Wala talaga akong magbibigay. Yun. So, that's it. So, wala. No bank statement. No AOS. Yung ITR ko, hindi rin hinanap. Yung payslip, hindi rin ako hinanap. Wala din. They didn't ask me. So, they just asked me, they just asked me my return ticket. It's really important, yung return ticket. And then yung time. I also memorized my time, my departure, and yung round trip ticket. I memorized my time so that they would ask me, I would tell them complete talaga details. Yung what time yung departure, and then what time yung arrival, and parang confident ka. So they would see na, she really knows your flight. She really knows when siya babalik or gano'n. So, yun, just be confident. Pero, I'm so blessed lang talaga. Yung IO ko, parang, kasi babae siya. Pero, at first, strict talaga siya. Strict, I know, all IOs are strict. Pero, parang, sa kanya parang, parang poker face talaga or something. So, but when I gave her my clear book naman, she was so amazed. Like, tinanong niya, like, if I did all of this. Like, oh, yes, I did. Because I want to be organized. I told her that. Parang wala. Parang, I just, like, I just kept on, sa mind ko, like, just talk to, parang mag-talk lang to a normal person. Like, parang just have a normal conversation. Pero, parang ganun. Parang confident pa. So, yun.
Napansin ko rin.
Pero, tinatago, diba? Okay naman.
Oo. Napansin ko, nagkaroon ng good impression sa'yo yung I.O. Doon pa lang sa clear book mo.
Yeah. Through this clear book talaga. She was really impressed. Talaga. Kasi, she was asking me a lot of documents and sa mind ko, like, oh my God, sa mind ko, wala ko I'll just give her all my documents. So yun, I just told her, these are all, I don't have any AOS, but I told her the truth. I don't have any AOS, but because I'm just there for pure tourists. I told her that. So these are all my documents. I gave her my career book. And then she just scanned it one by one, ganon. That's it. And then parang tinanong niya ako, what was my work? Where's my company ID? The usual na, parang mag-travel ako. Yeah, she also asked me when was my last travel. So I told her, before pandemic, I traveled to international countries. So I just mentioned that too, but I don't know which one was the last one. Kasi parang nakita sa system nila na I traveled before the pandemic. So, kasi it also helps pala, no? If my experience ka in traveling or something. I'm not sure if helpful ba siya if you travel to other countries first. Yun.
Okay, doon na tayo sa last part. Sa mga aspiring tourists, could you give them some advice when it comes to preparing documents and facing immigration officers?
Okay, first, in preparing documents, of course, you should know, diba? You should know the country first. So you should know like anong kailangan nila doon, and then you have to make a list. Like even in your Word file, I did that. It's up to you on where do you want to list the documents. So first you need to know the country or where you're going, on what documents upon arrival, since it's the pandemic. It's very important. And then here naman sa Philippines, earlier I said na check your airline, check the BOI, and yun. So just list all the documents na kailangan, and then on your list, what I did was I list all for the departure. So yung from, so sa departure, like I list anong kailangan ko, and then after that I would make a due date, parang due date na I have to fulfillment date pala, parang deadline date ko on when to fulfill this document. So after that, document, and then due date of this parang due date ng document to para ma-fulfill mo, and then after that you highlight it, and then you review what is needed pa. So that, parang kasi when I prepared my documents, I'm not really I just like type all kung anong basic document. I type them all, yung basic documents, and then so basic documents first, and then you watch videos of those people traveling, already have traveled to that country, and then just add on kung anong kailangan, like main documents, supporting documents, yun. So parang table siya, your main documents, supporting documents. So yun. So especially now na pandemic, so you have to be prepared maybe 2 weeks or a month talaga. It depends on the country where you're going and the documents needed, because different countries, different documents.
Yes.
Different documents needed. And then the next is the immigration. So first impression last. I really believe in that. And you have to be confident. You have to be prepared. Parang look them in the eye na, I'm here. Like, I'm here. Like, I know my purpose. Parang, because they can see you through your eyes, diba? They can read you. So, parang just be confident. Parang, kasi if they can see you na parang scared ka or they can hit you right away. Parang they can twist you right away. So, be confident, dress properly. Important talaga, dress properly with correct jewelry and everything. Ganun. Then you have to look, if babae ka, you have to look parang light makeup lang, like the usual. Parang be there, parang you're not going there, parang hindi ka, I don't wanna say, parang it's like an interview with an IO. It's like going there for a work interview. But, yun, so, diba, when you go to a work interview, you dress properly. Para hindi naman magtataka yung IO na, ano ba to siya, parang, or talaga bang magtutour or something. But I don't know, I don't wanna anong fashion style ng isang person, because we have different fashion styles. But me, I'm really into airport look talaga, but it helped. So, yeah, yung mga fashion really helped. But just if hindi naman, parang just be there, kanang parang dress up properly, kanang parang just in a clean look. What do you call that? Yung clean look lang. And then just be confident, know your documents. And then if magtanong ang IO, just be confident with your answer. Just be honest. Kasi yung IO naman, if you're honest, they would be more impressed than not telling the truth. Kasi parang if you're not telling the truth and then they ask you for another document of what you're saying, of another supporting document of what you're saying, then wala ka dun. So, wala na, diba? So, just be honest. If they would say, anong work? Then you would say, wala akong work. I'm just there, sponsor yung, and then you have the documents for your sponsorship, then gonna be okay. So, just answer honestly. Kasi hindi magpaligoy-ligoy ng answer. No, you don't wanna like, para hindi kayo kasi the IOs, they're trained to do that. So, if you're not honest, if you're not confident enough, so there's a possibility talaga that they would offload you. But so honestly, but they are really impressed with those honest ng mga travelers. Yun. So yeah. So yun. So I'm just so happy that it was such a nice experience. Kasi it was my first time. It was my first time traveling alone with my cousin, with my niece, because usually we're a family with my cousin, yun, with my auntie, with my uncle. Like, isang group talaga usually. But this time, it was my first time traveling, just the two of us. So, that was also my worries kasi it was just the two of us. And then, parang ako yung older, so I have to be more confident. But I have to lead this travel. So, yeah.
Grabe.
Yeah. Good experience to.
Okay,
Yeah.
so yun nga, sa lahat ng mga kapanood nito, sana marami kayong matutunan. Kasi lahat ng advice na narinig nyo is from the HR manager. So yun nga, parang pares lang din, parang na-train din ang IO na mag-assess din talaga. So, kapares din ng work ni Ma'am Star, ni Miss Star, tawagin na natin. Okay, so paano pag confident naman akong harap sa IO, pero kabado pa rin ako. Tapos di ko kabisado yung documents ko. Kasi it happens eh.
Yeah, it happens. Parang ma-mental blackout. Kasi sa kaba, di ba?
Yes.
So yun na. So I think just avoid it. So hindi naman we can and we can't avoid it. Parang it depends talaga on the situation. So it's really important to review your documents. Kasi, di ba, our, how we call this, our endpoint is to be confident, not to be, hindi ma-black out or something. Pero, yeah, there really ka ng, I don't know, pero meron talagang situation. So, pwede naman na on the spot, if you really review your documents, hindi naman ka ma-mental blackout. So, you have all the time to review your documents while lining up, going to the IO or something. Kasi, ako, I was really scared talaga. Parang kinakabahan talaga ako, promise. hindi lang, hindi lang siya clear sa IO na kinakabahan ako. But I was, my passport and my what do you call this? My vaccine card even fell on the floor when she asked me about the AOS. Parang kinakabahan na talaga ako. But tinignan ko pa yung line. Because when we were lining up, walang mga tao sa likod namin. So my passport fell. And then when I look back, my gosh, parang yung line, parang napuno na ng mga tao. Like, I mean, we were the ones who was so struggling sa IO. Kasi mga OFW yun, so they have the documents or something. So kami, parang sa mind ko, oh my gosh, I think we are the reason bakit naging ganun yung line. Like, my passport fell, my vaccine card fell. It fell talaga. But I regained na lang. Like, yeah, you just have to, parang natauhan ako nung nahulog yung passport ko. And then, natauhan ko, and then, okay, I just told her, I don't have, I regained my confidence. And then, but honestly, before I went to the IO, while lining up, I prayed. Kasi it's really important. Because if it's for you, it's for you. So I prayed. I have my personal prayer, and I have a prayer taught by my mom na before like going into this kind of situations, you have to pray. Because if God will give it to you, He will give it to you. So if it's so yun, so para hindi ka kabahan, that's my secret naman. So kasi I'm not really a confident person. If I'm in front like this one, parang wala lang. Pero I'm really shy. Parang, di ba, I told you na pwede voice lang, hindi walang face at first. So kasi I always have that feeling talaga na kinakabahan always. But when I do pray, nawala naman. So prayer always helps para mawala yung kaba, para ma-regain yung confidence. And yun, kasi it's always there naman. We have different feelings. So yun. So I hope prayer helps sa other travelers, or reviewing your documents helps. Pero so yeah, so it's really up to you. When you're in front of the IO, it's up to you kung kabahan ka ba or hindi. Basta, as long as you know why you're there, as long as you're honest, and you know what to answer sa IO. Kasi, di ba, it's really, hindi naman siya, yung mga questions ng IO, it's really generic. Parang, because you're, like, di ba? Yeah, of course, alam mo naman kung sinong pupuntahan mo, di ba? Alam mo naman kung anong reason mo, bakit pupunta ka doon, di ba? But, so yeah, you just have to be prepared, or you can have some you can have some one-on-one trainings. I think I'm sure there are seminars naman na mag one-on-one training on how to answer an IO, or like with your videos, like, diba? So like how to answer, kasi especially like sa other countries, they have this parang may blogs now how to answer if this question is asked to you. So research lang, especially those first-time travelers. Research and then take notes. Yun. So kasi sa first travel pa, I was also grabe, I was so scared. Pero I was with my family, but I was still scared. But if okay sila, ako hindi, di ba? So, but I was with my family. So, but I was so kind of scared kasi it was the first time facing an IO. I don't know what to I don't know what to expect. But traveling helps. Traveling if my budget, then really, traveling really helps. It's a nice experience. Para para hindi ka na para to lessen the ano ba yun, the yung nervousness mo, yung para hindi ka kabahan. So yun, so it's really also advisable to travel na at least mga depende on your budget or ganun, pero yun, so yeah, para you would know what to expect with the IO, para you would kanang experience different IOs, different questions, different assessment. Yes, so yun. So but I think I was blessed naman na I was given an IO na who understands me, na parang nag-trust naman siya sa mga answers ko. Like, she believed in me, ganun. So, yeah. So, yun. Pero honestly, I was so scared. Confident lang, tignan. Pero deep inside, yung heartbeat, parang, after nun, na-stamp ako, I went directly to the CR. Pinapawisan ako while inside the airport. I was so pinapawisan ako, then my niece was still there. So I have to wait for her. But before that, I went to the CR kasi pinapawisan ako, oh my, ano ba yun? It was parang nag-bar exam ako doon in front of the IO. Yun. So yeah, but I did pray before traveling. I prayed before facing the IO, and then yeah, I prayed na i-guide, like guide Mama Mary and God and Jesus will guide me, and so yeah, yun. But everyone, pero basta wag kayong magkuan. I don't don't take na overconfident talaga ako, but no. I was also scared, but I was confident with my answers. Because every night nag-review talaga ako sa documents, and then I would like think what would be the probable questions, and then but actually my sis-in-law, she called us through Messenger, and then she asked us, like parang how do you call this? Parang nag-practice kami on how to on the possible questions sa IO. So yun. So it's also good na yung mga sponsors nyo, yung mga friends nyo na pupuntahan nyo, you would communicate and you would practice. Because they sanay na sila on what the IO would ask, so that you would have an idea that para going there, parang practice exam, parang oral exam or practice, or parang that you would know na so parang may idea lang kayo nga these are the questions to be asked. So it's also nice na to call to have communicate, to practice with your sponsors and with your friends. Yun sa Dubai. So, yeah.
Okay, I didn't expect I would learn a lot from you.
Uy! Hindi naman.
Masyadong informative, inspirational yung mga words na binibitawan mo rin. So yun, thank you for accepting my invitation.
Yeah, finally. After kasi I was so busy. Kasi pagdating ko, I work the next day. Tulala. Kasi, di ba, nag-adjust pa sa time. But I worked right away when I got back.
Ayun. Sobrang thank you. Maraming matutulungan tong video na i-upload.
Yes, hopefully. And it's really a nice experience. sa Dubai. It's really nice. Parang parang hindi pa ako gusto umuwi. I was supposed to rebook my flight pero hindi na.
Kasi may plano pa siyang gawin eh. Hindi ko na sasabihin.
Hindi na. Next time na lang. Yun. But I really hope this video would help. So yeah, I can give you a picture of my clear book para you can post it so that they would know anong like this one. Parang may guide sila on what to put in their clear book. Because I tell you, IOs would really impress organized travelers based on experience. Yeah.
Tama.
They would really impress because mostly they would just give parang makikita nila na parang nataranta ka. Pero hindi ka, di ba, kabahan ka pa, mag-scan ng documents mo. So, why not give them your Bible, your travel Bible?
Do the scanning. IO.
Yeah. And yeah, thank you also for your videos because it really helped me to be a more confident traveler, more organized traveler. So yes, hopefully like this video would help them. Yeah, dress up. Yung paan, kasi we have different naman styles. So dress up on the style, just be who you are. Basta just dress parang clean look lang. And always sa mind nyo, dapat na-impress talaga yung idol. Kasi para feel talaga nila na tourist ka, di ba? If you're a tourist, of course, you would always dress up nicely. Ganun. If, kasi you're there to impress para, di ba, for the Instagram, ganun. They know about it naman, yung mga OTD, ganun. So it always helps talaga on how you dress, on how they look at you. Yun. Kasi it's not advisable na parang rugged ka pag pumunta ng airport. Unless
OFW. Unless OFW
It
ka. Kasi ano ka eh. Kompleto ka na ng documents. Unless OFW.
Unless OFW ka. Because OFW, they're so confident. Because they have the right documents. Papunta doon. You're a tourist. So you have to be a tourist. But it depends on where you're going, di ba? If mag-beach ka, of course naman, mag-beach outfit ka, going to your destination. So you always have to, then if destination mo cold, of course, meron kang winter jacket, ganun. But Dubai is hot, so you have to dress depending on your destination. So yun yung experience ko traveling first timer, no AOS, pure tourist, no sponsor, ganon. Kasi hindi naman talaga nag-sponsor yung brother ko. Yung ticket ko, it was sponsored by my cousin, and then yung isang ticket is from yung nag-pay. So parang pagpunta ko na lang doon na lang yung brother ko, doon na lang siya nag-pay, yung mga tour namin. But everything from my documents, it's really from ako talaga. And my visa pala, sila pala yung And then yung visa, it wasn't here, sa Dubai. Diba? I was excited about my visa. Yung position, yung sales rep, ganun. So it's really like that. It's really like that pala sa Dubai. Parang sales rep or something. Basta may dalawang choices.
Laging ganun.
Kasi natatakot ako para baka makita ng IO, but they already know. They are aware of it. I have so many questions because I always send you messages because it's my first time and parang scared talaga in Dubai because it's really strict. It's not like other tourist countries. It's really strict talaga. So yeah, and wala pa akong first time parang alone traveler, ganun. But buti nga, no AOS. So, basta it depends on the... But it doesn't mean na hindi ako hinihinga ng AOS. You wouldn't get an AOS. Because baka the next time I travel, hihininga. They would ask an AOS since I wasn't able to preset an AOS sa first time. So, it's still important to have an AOS. To be prepared talaga of all the documents needed. Just, sa akin lang, I was lucky enough na hindi hinihingan, but still be prepared of all the documents.
Yeah.
Yun.
Thank you so much po.
Thank you.